All right, let's begin. All right, let's begin. So, in today's matchup, we have Tomo playing Leo, the White Lion of Japan, in the middle there, versus Nage, who's going to be playing Faust. And Nage and Tomo need no introduction if you've played Xrd, especially if you've watched my channel, because one of my most popular videos goes over a miracle comeback that Nage made during one particular round in this game, in this set. The Ino player on the top right there, who plays the white Ino, is Turio Ino, I think. I don't believe that, no, Dario Ino plays a different color of Ino, so I believe that's Turio. So, we'll basically just get right into it. The matchup is Leo, hyper aggro rushdown character who converts off of every hit, and Faust, who is the zoner of Guilty Gear. Axel sort of pretends to be a zoner sometimes, but Faust is like the zoner, in my humble opinion. The reason being that Faust is a lot more comfortable playing at long range and just doing nothing. He always has the advantage of inevitability in most cases, because his items will always bail him out or always give him some kind of advantage if you leave him alone. So by virtue of him existing on the screen, you kind of have to approach him. Leo has a couple ways to skew neutral in his favor, mostly just like H-boom, or sorry, the H projectile, which is the sonic boom, which we call sonic boom because it has a sonic boom input. That's Ein in the background. Big boy Ein. He's an amazing Kai player, by the way. I don't know what happened to him. I think he like semi-retired. I don't think he moved on to Strive. I think he just stopped playing Xrd. As far as the way the players approach the matchup, Tomo is the kind of guy who will do absolutely anything just to make you afraid of it. Like before mental stack was like a really codified and well understood concept, Tomo was the original guy who was doing stupid shit to make you worry and to psych you out. Nage is like the total opposite in that when Xrd came around, he just decided to level up and learn and lab and practice every single item interaction and every single like item variation for every combo and every knockdown. So he basically just has this reputation for not dropping anything and just doing the optimal combo all the time. Yeah, as Majin Obama points out, Nage is the defending champion. He won the league last year. This is so as far as buffs or changes to the current version of the game, Leo isn't really that much difference. In this version, his jump D dive kick is a single hit. That's basically it. In the current version, Faust has, when he goes into pogo stance, he has he can YRC the ground flower, which gives him consistent projectile Oki, which he shouldn't ever have. Fuck you, Pachi, the battle designer for this game. He's a Faust player, by the way. That's basically it, because he had jackpot items first introduced in this version of the game, so his items got overall probably better. There's like one jackpot item that's worse, but overall I'd say the jackpot items are the same or just better. Like if that had been a jackpot hammer, Leo might have just gotten stunned, for instance. So one thing that Leo has in this matchup is that Faust is like, he has the like traditional Guilty Gear mechanics for escaping pressure, like backdashing and jumping and stuff. And that is like kind of bad against Leo because his pressure is like very easy bake and it like all loops back into itself. It's an unblockable, but the springboard scales the damage. Nice throw. Yeah. Here's something I should point out. When Tomo does the S boom here, or just for plus frames, or sorry, that's an H boom. Look at how he like shifts forward. Like it's almost like he teleports forward. It's like he dashes and he spends like 3 frames dashing, and then he's doing 2p for pressure. This is something that I don't do, and which I should do better, but it separates the bad players from good players, because bad players will just sort of eyeball it, and they won't actually test when they're supposed to, like when they can make a move into another move as tight as possible. But the good players will know exactly how much or how little recovery stuff has, so they just move at a much higher pace, much faster pace. So really, this matchup is going to be defined by Faust attempting to create space to throw items like that. And then Leo having very scary and very consistent pressure, but struggling to close that distance, yeah, like that. Usually it requires like a big commitment. If that had been timed slightly differently, then Leo would have gotten hit. And that's one other thing. So Leo's flash kick here, so Leo's H flash kick is, I believe, the most invincible like meterless DP move in the game. It has like 12 frames of invincibility. I think Volcanic Viper has even less than that, but it's slow. It's I think it's like 11 or 12 frames startup. Maybe it's 10 frames startup. So like Kai's H Vapor Thrust is notoriously like not a very good reversal, because simply by virtue of being slow. And Leo has to charge his, so he has to hold down for the privilege of doing this. And then you saw Faust do jab and then backdash. That is like a hit stop option select from Nage, where if you choose to block it, the backdash doesn't come out. And if he's invincible, if Tomo is invincible, then the jab whiffs through. And, excuse me, stop jumping ahead. And Faust gets a big, easy punish on the flash kick. This is something that I never did. That like these kinds of option selects are something that I personally need to do a lot more, and they just annoy the hell out of me because they're just really boring. But they are very important against characters like Leo, because if you don't do stuff that's specifically safe to flash kick, he just gets to send a flash kick, and it's a really obnoxious thing to deal with, because it's huge and it leads to set play, and it's only a single button input. So as Raven, I've noticed a lot of the time that if I do any of my like stupid gimmicks, ooh, okay, Leo gets hit by that, then Leo can just sit there and react, and flash kick beats like command grab and re-glide and everything. So at this stage of the game, yeah, it's really awkward. Yep. Nice. Oh god. Yeah, that's going to be the story of the first half of this set. So it's really tense. They play like, what is this, like 20 seconds of like really, really nervous neutral. Yeah, and then this happens, and like, okay, Nage has to move, and he has to go in, and he trades, and that's normally good. And this would kill. Yeah, and he thinks that Tomo is going to burst a little bit earlier than he actually does. But Tomo, representing the delayed super duper burst, which only hits Nage if Nage RCs and then tries to go into jump H. And it works. And so Nage is jumping forward because he wasn't doing that, and he's expecting Tomo to worry about that. He gets in, and he tries to be so greedy, goes for that pressure, gets mashed on, and he just does his Twitch panic burst in response to getting hit by Leo 2K. And that's the first game. And this is the kind of thing that can really skew your mental game, because that felt like 2 games. Like, they were really feeling each other out. That was not the kind of patented bulldozer round that Leo can do, or that any Guilty Gear character can do. And you would expect Faust to win out in rounds that go longer, where more interactions are happening. But in that case, it did not work out. Just gonna skip ahead here a bit, yeah. Yeah, and there's a little awkward thing. It's that's something that's a little less pronounced in Xrd. Is like weird hits like that don't properly combo, but it is still fairly pronounced. And that's what I love about the game. Although it can be awkward because you saw Faust get the dive kick there, and he tried to go into going my way and it just didn't work. Okay, that was weird. What? So he throws out hammer, and then he throws out 100-ton weight. Why on earth does this not hit Leo? Oh, he goes up into the air. He actually jumps and blocks it for a couple of frames and then immediately goes back down. That's really funny. I see 4 viewers out there, but no chat messages yet. Let me know if you guys are actually out there. I crave interaction. Zach Pascal, Vitz, Yamashigam, hello. Good to see all of you guys. So the round start RPS is actually something that is a lot less pronounced in other video games or other fighting games. It's definitely not pronounced in Call of Duty. Nice fucking backdash. So for Faust, his general strategy for round start is like, wow, is like 5k or like 5p as like low commitment options. 2p if he wants to specifically go under something. And then like 5h if he wants to catch you swinging into something. And for Leo, it can be difficult to interact with all those because his pokes are a little bit slow. Yeah. Yeah, okay. At the end of that other round, he did something kind of curious just to bait burst. Yeah. When you have long sets like this, it's very common for both players to represent like really weird options just to bait burst or to psych people out. That was an option select. I guarantee you that was an option select. What was this? Jump P. Jump P. Hang on. We get that with 5k close S, jump. Oh no, that's jump S actually. Ah, yeah. Okay. So a quirk of multi-hit normals in this game is that when you make contact with the first hit, which is what Leo is doing here, any cancel properties continue until the window ends. So if you have a multi-hit move like this, like jump S, which naturally has a lot of active frames, that means there's a very large window to jump cancel or Gatling cancel or special cancel. So in this case, what Leo is doing is he is essentially timing his jump, like double jump for the combo, to be in the second hit of jump S. And if jump S happens to whiff in the second hit from a burst, then he does this jump and he blocks. And I guarantee you he was probably a couple of frames away from inputting like jump K there. But he gets this combo, which is like easy as hell. Or he gets this punish on the burst, which is like a full combo. So I should probably make a separate topic on this or a separate video on this, but like stuff like that is one of the things that Strive was attempting to get rid of, because it creates these extremely weird risk reward situations. Oh no, you gave him food? Okay. Nice. That's another thing about Nage. He's always willing to do the little minor optimization here. So he gets the instant overhead here. 5p2d will connect on Leo. Like, I can tell you that authoritatively. He's a big guy. But Nage is just so good. He's gotten so used to doing this that he will do a little micro dash 5p, which requires you to do like 664p, and then he does 2d just to make it more consistent. And this is the the Jackpot Meteor, which is worse slash better than the regular meteor. It doesn't like tack on as much damage, but it does last for much longer and control the screen for much longer. Vince, Strive is trying very hard not to be an anime fighter while also trying to be one. Weird game. Yeah, back when that game was first coming out, people called it Street Fighter Strive, like Street Fighter 5, and that was accurate. Is the audio muted or just really quiet? It's just really quiet. Can you hear the like the game sound effects at all? The issue is that the game is like has one volume, and then the commentators are like 50% louder than the game. I'll turn it up to 30. We'll see. It's really low? Okay. We'll turn that up to 34, and hopefully you should be... We can't even hear the commentators? Okay. Well, we'll keep it at this for the next round, and we'll see if that's any more tolerable. That's 6 instant blocks from on Nage's part. Look at how much meter he's gaining just from being hit. I mean, he's dead, but he gained like 3/4 of a bar just from pressure and getting hit. Oh, nice. Well, he actually got hit by that standing and properly reeled in. I don't know how people react to 6H in 6 frames of delay, honestly. I mean, it's probably just like a fuzzy thing. Yeah, that's the issue with Faust 5D, is that it doesn't actually have it doesn't have anywhere near enough invincibility to cover the active frames. It's not plus R, random supers won't blow your speakers out. That's correct. However, commentators shouting will. I mean, I don't really care about it from my perspective. I just don't want you guys to have to listen to Jonio doing commentary in Japanese, Majin Obama doing commentary in English, and then me doing commentary in English too. Oh man. That was a bitter burst, but Nage kind of had to do it. It's worth it to at least try, right? Like, if there's some small percentage chance that he messes up his burst. Or he messes up his combo. Oh no, the rank down. Yeah, you're right. Okay, oh? Okay, yeah. So the first 3 games go pretty convincingly to Tomo. It's like, Nage can play really well. Is Nage retired now? I remember him playing Strive when that was new. I think he still plays Strive, just because Strive's the new game. And he's just married to Faust. Nice air throw. I don't know if he's as active as he used to be. A lot of like legacy Guilty Gear players did start playing Strive just because it was the new thing. But I don't know if they've kept up with the game over years. Zach, even Ground Viper blows the speakers out in plus R. Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, see? This is what I'm talking about. That was such a beautiful improvisation, but I'm sure that Nage has practiced that and he knew exactly how to do the optimal damage combo. RCing in the middle of that to get the poison damage. Japanese players didn't want another duty fighter in their lives. Yeah. Yeah, really, man. I wonder how many people even remember the panels, I guess that's what they were technically called, of the arcade players from Xrd being interviewed by Arc System Works and talking about Strive. Because it really felt like a struggle session where they were just being brought out to give legitimacy to the new thing that was happening. That's a nice little nuanced mix-up from Leo there. He did jump S, and that was a 2-hit overhead. It's a single jump normal that does 2 hits, which is really, really nice to have. Oh yeah, see, that's the thing, right? You have every advantage. So you go in, you do an instant overhead. Leo does flash kick. Oh, that's the thing actually. So he throws food here. This is really awkward because food locks you out of throwing another item. They removed that limitation in Strive, so you can just pollute the screen with items. But in this game, Faust actually has to be pretty committal about what he does after his pokes, as he doesn't have the reverse Gatlings in plus R, like he does in plus R. So if he did like 2S, sorry, a far S or 2H or even like 5H here, 5H wouldn't hit, maybe 2D, it would be really, really awkward because you'd have to commit to like jump cancel off of 2D or scalpel thrust, which is like really slow. So that little like bit of tension, a little bit of push and pull is a really important part of the game. Wow. Yeah, see, that's ideally the kind of pressure you want to run as Faust, where you just get free hits, unblockable. Look, oh my god, look at all this. But look at the meter. Faust could die here. Oh no. He got the big one? Yeah, he asked RC to make that safe. Yeah. And this is, you're dead. It's so hard. Leo is so sticky. Like, Nage's playing 80% of the round really well, and then there's like a couple of panic moments. Vismond, all these legacy players have regular jobs, so Strive's esport competition's probably not for them. To a degree, I think that's true, but like training for this arcade league was way more committing, more of a commitment than like competing in an esports thing. Or at least that's my perception of it. Zach, was the arcade interview in beta Strive or release? Maybe that's why I could burst through in the beta. It was, the one I'm thinking about was after the game had been shown off at Arc Revo, like had been like wide playable at Arc Revo, and I think it was like before the first, it was around the time of the first beta. I think it was like slightly after the first beta, something like that. Vits, I'm more inclined to believe they just didn't like the game enough to grind it. Very true. Very true. Yeah. The reward for Leo doing anything is so crazy. Look at this. So he just does, this is sweep RC, just does jump and just sets up this ambiguous high-low, or this high-low mix-up, and it just chews up Nage, and it does so much damage. He does so much damage. Okay, wall bounces. Oh no, you undid one of your combos with the whatever it is. See, like, that was a pretty commanding round from Faust, and there were like 5 interaction points where Leo got to tech from the air. Not being able to control your opponent into a knockdown is a very, very meaningful difference in how these characters run set play. Like, look at this. Now he's in back turn, yeah. Vitch, you make a good point about health problems and carpal tunnel and stuff, but I'm not sure that Xrd is really a game that has that kind of execution in it. Wow. Health problems definitely can make you stop playing a game like tendonitis, but I've never heard of any Guilty Gear player having that kind of issue. They didn't play just Xrd though. That is true, but like, yeah, I mean, like it is possible, but I don't remember ever hearing anything about that from, or about any Guilty Gear player, either a legacy player or like an Xrd player. And like, honestly, your typical arcade stick, like which is what these guys play on, is not so stressful or painful that it would actually give you ergonomic problems just from using it. Traditionally, the reason why those develop is because you have the hand like really tight, or you have like the wrist sort of really tight. And with these, you have enough space to move your wrists and set them comfortably. Tomo taking a quick smoke. 5-0, comfortable 5-0. Again, like, I made this point in the video where I covered the miracle comeback round, which we're going to get to soon enough. Nage is like the best player in the world, and like he looks like he's so goddamn good, like he's unbeatable. And then Tomo just does something, and Nage just does like the dumbest day one panic burst you've ever seen in your life, and he just loses. Or it's like he's just mashing throw there. Like you weren't gonna mash throw. I guess he was expecting. The cross up slash Rekatsu. Nice. Nice. Finally, Tomo gets hit by a friggin' overhead. If this was a first to 5, it would already be done. Damn. Yeah, I know, right? Like, it doesn't necessarily feel like it, but, most spammy input thing in Xrd is full hits of Dragon Install Ground Viper. Honestly, I think the thing that's most aggravating for your hands in this game, I think is Beak Driver or Mash to get follow-ups. Because you need to input H like 5 times. Cute IK also optimal. Yes, that is optimal. In fact, what happened? Let's see the setup for this. I should pay attention to this. I remember I actually learned how to make webms and how to like clip media and encode videos specifically so that I could take clips of this video set, or like of what happens right here. Yeah. Proximity unblockable is, or a hack and slash is a 5-frame move, by the way. That's actually faster than Faust's jab. It's just that it has no range. But it is technically his fastest option. Yeah. Like, I think technically you could have killed in a bunch of different ways here, but the IK is optimal. Shortest combo, less likely to drop. I think it's really funny how Leo still has the poison effect on him, because it's the same 3D model. Yeah, that's another thing about Nage. He's really good at converting into IKs. So, fun fact. Did you know that the response voice line that a character does when getting instant killed is different depending on the voice lines that the character loads into the match with? So every character has, I think, 3 sets of voice lines they'll say in the match. That's why Soul sometimes says like Teya when he's doing Dust, or Tataki. And that choice determines how the character responds to the instant kill. And in the case of Faust, he has 3 different variations for each of his instant kills. So I think that means that every character has 9 possible lines of dialogue. There's an enormous amount of dialogue in this game that just hasn't been documented. Okay. This is what you want to see as the zoner or the control character in matchups like these. You take a bit of time to find your footing, but You get a hit, and you are no longer terrified. You might get chipped here, honestly. Yeah, like, chip's a factor. Wire see-through. I love that shit. You know, if you look at how these characters' normals line up, I think that Faust has, like, overall a larger range. But all of Leo's moves just go forward and just hit, and they're just really strong. And I feel like that gives some kind of noticeable texture to how the characters approach each other. Yeah. Yeah, Majid Alama points out that even if the item's not actually like giving a combo, it does control the screen, so it's always like kind of a small victory for Nage. One of the things I find really interesting about item throw characters, and I wish that people other than Arc System Works made them, because they give you they require both players to like make decisions really quickly, and it just really encourages you to be flexible. 2 golden hammers, that was really dangerous. Oh yeah, 10 viewers. Thank you all for showing up. Unblockable? Not quite. Oh, that's an unblockable. Oh my god, okay. There we go, Nage. Yeah, that's what corner control with Faust looks like. That was a clinic of how you're supposed to prevent Leo from being comfortable. RH777. I started noticing this when playing Order Soul and charging his meter. He has 3 voice lines he can say while doing that. Yeah. Yeah, even in the older games, Guilty Gear did that. It's kind of like that is a small thing that I don't think many other developers would notice, but it kind of is really annoying going to other games like Street Fighter and having a character have 1 voice line for Hadouken or Shoryuken and having it just change depend on the strength of the button. So I've had the stream in a slightly higher volume for a while now. I guess that's okay. This is around, what is it, 34%? You're not finding it difficult to hear me over the commentators or over the game audio? I can hear you fine, it's good. Okay. That seems fine. I will keep it in the mid-30s when I do the rest of these then. Oh, the overhead. It's kind of weird. Like, there are a lot of moves in this game that have like weird properties, like being an overhead unblockable. But it's not like a true unblockable. It's just a stagger unblockable. That's what. Okay, beautiful example of how Yomi works in Guilty Gear. Nage gets hit a bunch here, but it's like small hits, and it's like tech into the ground, tech to the ground. Dive kick doesn't work. Jump forward buttons doesn't work. Jump forward buttons doesn't work. Neutral tech dive kick. Never stop doing it, okay? Never show fear. Free counter hit. Why? Beats me. Oh yeah, see, that's Nugget trying to get like a little bit too fancy. It's like doing an faultless defense, an air break, instant air dash for like an air string. That is always super free for Leo to interrupt. Oof, nice dead angle. Wow. He almost got chipped to death there. Look at this. Yeah, he almost got chipped to death. He wasn't FDing there. That is the razor's edge. The taunt? And see, like, that, like, 5-second period of neutral was informed by the fact that Nage threw food, and so his pokes were worse, so he immediately had to start moving around more. Okay, that was beautiful. This is why the jackpot meteor is not always necessarily better. So the ideal thing to do here is to jump up into it and just live in the block stun, which Tomo is doing. And you can see he's instant blocking it, so he gains a bit more meter. And Nage does like 5k there, and it just barely doesn't hit, so he's like, oh shit, that whiffed. Okay, do 6h. But 6h doesn't hit either, because 6h's hitbox it's sort of an arc near Faust's body, and then it becomes a line along the ground. It's not as big as it looks. So he just spends 50 meter to accomplish nothing, and then you can't see Leo, but rest assured he's charging. It's just a mess. Oh no, that is disastrous. Gold burst, very nice gold burst. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Nice going, Nage. Actually, you know, more developers should add more variety to voice lines characters say while doing moves, because it feels repetitive otherwise, especially if you do it in a training mode. A lot, it can drive you insane. Imagine how many times Nage has booted up into training mode to figure out all these exact interactions. Tomo taking another smoke. He's lost 3 in a row now. It's a bit of a different smoke. The first one was like, hell yeah. You're leaning back on the bed, on the pillow, up against the headboard. Yeah, sweetie, 5-0. No worry, don't worry about it. Now it's like, I lost 3-0. Maybe I just need a little quick puff in order to feel a little better. Jam players are insane grinding that character with that voice. I have a clip that I think you'll find interesting. This one's good. I don't even hear it anymore, man. I don't even hear. Hang on. Yeah, there was a joke somebody had made where he was like comparing it to the guy in the Matrix who's like, I'm just looking at numbers, I don't even see it anymore. Stuff like that. I don't even hear it anymore. Doesn't help all our combos take 10 minutes either. It is pretty annoying having to hear Jam do that for a long period of time. It's not nearly as bad as it is in Plus R, though. Like, her combos just last so long in that game for no reason. Vits, I like her voice. I think she sounds funny. To be honest, I do enjoy... Like, I'm willing to put up with it. Like, I don't actually hate it. It's just, like, it is really funny how, like, annoying and stupid it is. I think it's funny that a lot of fighting games seem to have that one character who always speaks like that. Oh no, he got hit by the day one. Yeah, very nice from Tomo there. It is, like, I think technically you can just run behind Faust while he's doing that, but the character hurt boxes tend to contort while characters are running, so it's possible that you would like step past him. Amashigam, I find Baiken to be more grating in the long term. I have to agree with Zach here. I think you might have undergone electroshock therapy to find Baiken more grating than Jam. I don't mind listening to Baiken at all. I mind... Answer's entire gimmick is that he never stops talking and he's less annoying than Jam or Baiken. Yeah, true. You know, I'm happy with all the time I spent playing Xrd, but I do regret not making more of an effort to get out to more community events. Because I had a pretty good FGC, honestly. We got exposed to a lot of different games, but we just never got to play this one, which I really loved. And yeah. My only experience is like standing in a crowd full of people who really love the game or at like big tournaments. Yeah, tech forward buttons. Yeah. Yeah, and here's something interesting about the way charge moves work in this game. In most games that have charge moves, you can ride the gate for a vertical one, but not for a horizontal one. So, in this case, I guess it's not actually unique to this game, but in this case, Tomo sees the hammer, and he's like, oh, okay, I have charge for the flash kick. Nage is doing something. If this hammer hits me, I go into block stun, whatever. But he does like a little fuzzy timing or a little delay timing. And he goes through Nage's jump in because the hammer was slightly misspaced. So, as a lot of the moves in this game that are like big invincible moves are meant to carry some kind of risk with the input or the being slow or whatever. But finding like safe spots to do them is a piece of the puzzle that I don't think people are quite as aware of. Oh, here it is. I've heard Majin Obama talk about the Yomi battle a lot. Here's the round. Here's the wrist getting cranked. Here's him not not timing his backdash properly. 5H counter hit. God, it's oh my god. 5D. 6B, 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 pogo. Item. Just back up. Yep. Okay, holds on to his burst there. I think Tomo could have gone... He could have spent meter and tried to do something really, really fancy. But he's figured he had a big enough life lead. Nage uses the time from the bomb to get over Tomo's head. Food's awkward. Little man, 2H. I don't know what the... I still to this day don't know what the fuck Tomo was doing to get 2H there. Immediate burst from Nage works out. H-boom sets up again. Forces the action. Forces Nage into tension penalty. Jump back again. Alright, there's one very small error that I made in the video when I talked about this, and it's haunted me to this day. I'd say that Nage goes into Bomb Bag, which is Faust's only air special move, which is not true. What I meant to say was, of the two special moves that Faust can do in the air, which is Bomb Bag or Going My Way would have just resulted in him dying, because he would have gone down into Leo. Whereas Bomb Bag specifically is nothing, and because Bomb Bag cancels so early the projectile doesn't come out, you actually... he gets to escape here. He doesn't have to commit to any downward momentum. And here we go back to the thing at the beginning, 5p backdash OS. Yep. Yep. And like this is what you want the matches to look like as Nage, as Faust. Yeah, dead angle immediately. Get the fuck away from me, you goddamn monkey. And I like how, like, this is the Japanese style of playing fighting games where you just do the same... Sorry, I went back farther than I meant to there. Where you just are very comfortable to just play the neutral game and just take your opportunities where they come. So here, he goes Bomb Bag, and he knows that this is going to be Flash Kick RC territory for Tomo, so he just doesn't interact with it, and just throws an item, and he gets meteors here. And so the ability to completely disengage while still pushing some kind of advantage is very powerful. There are only like a handful of characters in this game that are like crazy good at doing it. And stuff like that is historically what makes Faust top tier. Really smart Yomi here. This is... So Nage's been struggling with the Yomi previously, but him knowing that Tomo just wants to go back to a strong defense position and completely giving up the pressure in the air is really, really smart. Like, this is a great read. So Tomo goes into the air to block here, right? And when you block in this game, you get sort of magnetized towards the ground, and you can see Tomo flings down here. And normally what people would do is they'd like get self-gatling 5p to try to tax your meter or go air unblockable. And Nage instead sets up the, you know, meaty overhead, jump K, and then combos off of it. And he knows that it's going to kill too. He does the microdash 5k combo. Incredible, incredible display of perseverance. A mortal man would have buckled 2 or 3 games ago. It's true. See, the reason why stuff like this is so cool and why it can happen is because there's a huge disparity in how much damage combos deal. Damage is very conditional. So that enables characters to have identities based around getting hits but doing low damage, or getting few hits but doing high damage. And it also enables there to be a lot more interaction points if both players, or if both players are willing to play in that way. And I find the most aggravating matchups in this game to be the ones where all the roads basically lead to huge combos that deal tons of damage. And that round is still like my favorite round in any fighting game. Oh, Nage accidentally unblockables himself, that's fine. Yeah. Regular, not even 5D YRC, that was just regular wake up YRC. Nice. And this is turning into a Leo round. He does not RC there. Yeah, makes sense. Nice. Nage expected, I think, the 5H6H Gatling here. Yeah, he expected the 5H6H Gatling, so that was like a delayed hack and slash to catch Leo moving forward with 6H. I swear to God, there's some kind of Mandela effect going on with Faust in this game, because for like years I thought his unblockable was called Slice and Dice, but it's actually called Hack and Slash. Which is rather silly, because he's clearly slicing and dicing and neither hacking nor slashing, but whatever. Nice. Let the meteors run the Oki for you. See, that's what happens when you hesitate for even a single second. See, Nage here has had this... I've done this before. He's had this lightning flash where he's like, oh, I can immediately blow that up and I can immediately throw a bomb bag to blow up the oil. But that would be stupid. That's way too predictable. I won't do that. Oh, fuck. He didn't think I was going to do it. I should have done it. Oh, fuck, shit, bomb, fuck, shit. Oh, God, fuck, shit. And then you're blocking Oki. Yeah, burst super, you're dead, sorry. No, oh, okay, yeah. Vismond, I also thought it was Slice and Dice. What the hell? That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm talking about! The move's called Hack and Slash. I swear to God. I remember looking at Dust Loop and seeing it called Slice and Dice. But it's called Hack and Slash. It's crazy. It's crazy how, like, stuff like that just happens. Like, it's a collective hallucination based on misinformation. Oh man, I've gone through a ton of water so far today. My martial arts class went like 20 minutes overtime, which was great, but it was very exhausting. Leo players will tell you that Leo doesn't have good anti-airs, and that's a lie, and I'm tired of it, and I want to point out why Leo has good anti-airs. So first of all, Leo 6B is actually a pretty good button. Leo 6B is actually a pretty good button. It's just weird. It behaves differently because it has armor, but this isn't even a 6B. This is Leo whiffing a poke, and then being able to go into like an anti-air stance, almost. And then Nage, who you'd think would be in a good spot because Leo whiffed, is now at a disadvantage. So he decides to go with the immediate timing. And if he'd... Yeah, it was a little awkward. I think if he'd done like a taller jump or a higher jump K into bomb bag, that might have worked. But Leo 2H is big, and he gets to do it out of his guard point. And he actually can't Gatlings into 5D just to help time it. And this is what Leo gets off of his armored stance that he canceled into on whiff. Nage's happy to make that trade though. 5k is great for creating space. Wow, that's like the first blitz we've seen all game. What the fuck? What the hell did he get hit by? Oh, did he run into his own bomb bag here? It looked like he got hit by his meteors, but that's not possible. Yeah, that's really funny. It's the... Oh god, no. Yeah, you're dead, actually. Never mind, he dropped it. Never mind, you're dead. You know, when I make my own fight, I'm still thinking about that slice and dice hack and slash thing, whatever. Does he burst? No. Nage goes for the more advanced combo. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Not having Pogo connect after the 6H. Oh god. Yeah, you're not quite dead, I think. Oh, never mind, he dropped it. Whatever, it's fine. Now you're dead. This was a bit of a heartbreaker. So, Nage does blitz on the way down. Perfectly normal thing to think, because Tomo's been showing you back turn P mash. But unfortunately, he knew that you were going to twitch. Maybe not blitz exactly. Maybe he was like smelling blitz because you did blitz earlier, like recently. And the thing about blitz is that people tend to keep doing it once they do it once. And blitz has a fairly long active window on the way down, but once you touch the ground, you're in a forced recovery for a bit, and it's counter hit state. Get counter hit by back turn or by Rekka 2. Yeah, and I think if he'd comboed off of that, then he actually just could have killed there by looping back turn super. But whatever. Faust goofing off as usual. I think Nage guessed wrong twice on Raw 5D that round. Yeah. Like 5D is the kind of button that makes you... that it's like, it's sort of a, please God, just let this work kind of moment. When Zach Pascal, when Leo does his dropping finisher, is it actually super advantageous frame-wise, or is it technically neutral but against Leo back turn? I believe Leo is slightly plus. He's not plus enough to link into. I think he's probably like +3 or something. Because back turn P and K, I think, are both 5 frames. You know, that's a good question, actually. Let me look that up. I'm curious. That move is called Sieg's Parada, by the way. Oh, I fucking hate Dust Loop. The image caption for this used to say air combo ender and popular suicide method, and they changed that to popular self-destruct method, of course. Oh, yeah. On hit, it brings the opponent down to the ground, and he moves to Brynhilder stance with +3 frame advantage. Yeah, okay. So that's it. Yeah, it did work basically the way that I thought it worked. Fun when things work out like that. I was looking up some numbers recently on Dust Loop, and I was astonished to learn some of the active frames on some of the attacks I thought I knew. Did you know that Sin Jump P has 6 active frames? Oh? Oh no. Nice, actually. That was really good. I wouldn't call it like pressure from Nage, but it was really good space control to make Tomo flinch like that. Yeah, there's that instant overhead reset into 6H, not a combo. Ooh. Good, good. Oh, beautiful. Actually, no, that's cool. That is so cool. Oh, the 6... Oh, that's rough. Oh, that was a brave but necessary mash of far slash into Leo spinning around. Yeah, it's funny. Majin Obama points out that the throw on Leo changed the momentum of the round for Nage, which is very true. I think it's fun to see how the game has changed and optimized over the years, because at the time that the game was being more popularly played, or more widely played, people considered Leo to be not very good because there were like clear, unequivocal answers to all of his stuff. But as the game has gone on and free stable offense has become much better because of how like unstable the game is and how much better people have gotten at getting hit in weird ways, having pressure that's just super plus and easily combos into stuff has become way more popular. I feel like the perception of Leo has upgraded him from like low tier to mid tier. Just because they are gimmicks, technically. I mean, I wouldn't call them gimmicks, but they are options that have clear counterplay. But you have to be very frosty. Oh no. I don't know, reminding everybody that, you know, he's correct in what he said. Tomo started playing in Xrd Sign. Everybody said this game was too hard to get into. He just started playing it. He's beating one of the best players in the world now. Oh, this hurts. Okay, bit of lucky positioning on Nage's part there to have Leo go over his head and not combo him. That's slightly lucky with the 5D there. Didn't Tomo also start in Xrd? Yeah, sorry, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I said the right names, but yes, Tomo is Tomo has started in Xrd, and Nage did play in the older games, but I think he was not like one of the best Fausts in the world. He was like good but not amazing, or he never had any like big wins under his belt. But in Xrd, it's just his game. Right, I want to go back. I had no idea what the fuck happened here. Okay, hang the fuck on. Okay, instant overhead. Whiff punishes 2p. 5p 2d meteors. Nage going for bait on that because the meteors cover it. He gets a little bit gutsy here. This is like getting in his own head. Resets into the meteors. Resets into the instant overhead again because he wants the unscaled damage on the meteors. But for whatever reason, that doesn't work. Why does that not work? It goes into this here. Oh, it's because he's too low to the ground, actually. The dive kick doesn't go through its startup properly. So Tomo just keeps mashing flash kick, and we get this. He actually goes through all of it. Oh my god. Oh no. The day one Leo. The day one Leo. This is such a scramble. I love stuff like this though. This is why I love Guilty Gear. So Faust, so Nage instant blocks Leo jump P and tries to mash throw, but he gets hit because he's not at the right height for the throw to work. Does dive kick. He could have, if he just mindlessly canceled into going my way here, he would have won. But he wasn't doing that because going my way on block is death here, so he doesn't. Whiffs 2k, not a huge deal. Whiffs 6p. However, Leo also whiffs jump k, but Leo recovers and Leo lands faster than Faust recovers, so he gets a combo started with close slash. RS, hard read on the burst. There's an option select you can do there that... Actually, no, that was far S. He can't actually combo off of far S. My mistake. So he goes into that, and that's like a visual input lag thing, where Faust, Nage is like, oh, he's holding parry, I should do a low, and I think he does 2p here. What does he even do here? I guess it must be 2p. Yeah. That 2H was the scrubbiest thing I've ever seen Tomo do. Hey, it's only scrubby if somebody bad does it. I've been trying to put a little bit of scrubbiness into my own gameplay recently, because it's really important to be a little bit scrubby. Zach Pascal, have there been any pro players who have done great in all main GGs? So like all of the revisions of XX and Xrd and Strive? I don't know a ton about older games. Visman suggests RF, who's the Faust player. He plays Faust. I think he plays. RF plays like Urian, right, in Third Strike. I think so. It might be RF. I think he's got. I think he does well in Plus R, or I've seen him do really well in Plus R, and I think he did pretty well throughout the XX games too. See, there are people who have gotten like quite good at the older games, but I don't know that very many of them found success in Strive. There's Mochi, the Soul player, who did really well in Xrd, but who did not, or who did really well in Xrd and moved to Strive and did really well there, but I don't know if he was active earlier. Ooh, Blackbeat. You hate to die on a Blackbeat. Bisman, he's more known for MVC3. I did not know RF played MVC3. My knowledge of Japanese fighting game players is sadly quite limited. Nice throw. Alright. So, the story for the rest of this set is going to have to be that Nage literally just cannot do anything risky ever. Nice. And he gets... Yeah, combo. Oh, no! Okay, whatever. That is a disastrous way to drop that combo, because the free poison damage would have killed. I tried backdashing, but the projectile caught him. Nice delay. And hack and slash takes it. Good. I'm curious, actually. I'm curious as to why hack and slash activated here. What's the first frame of him doing it? Is it this? Yeah, this is it. Okay. That's fascinating, because Tomo exits stagger. He mashes out a stagger, and then, like, the frame he does that, he's mashing YRC. I think it was probably a misinput, actually. He's probably just mashing really hard. And on that frame, Nage does hack and slash. And at this moment, Tomo is throwable, so therefore Faust goes into the proximity unblockable animation. It's not a command grab. It's a proximity unblockable that checks to see if you can be grabbed. It's not a command grab. And then 4 frames later, once Nage's done being frozen, yeah. He actually, Tomo tries to FD. You fool. You damn fool. You can't FD that. Nice mash with 5k there. Oh, beautiful. Nice. He can't kill here. Leo's got those big guts. Nice. Hack and slash, motherfucker. Try blocking this. So Nage does have a pretty steep hill to climb here, but it's getting shallower every win. Does Blitz counter hack and slash? It does, because hack and slash is an unblockable strike, and Blitz beats strikes. It's really silly. You can also blitz... What is it? You can blitz fucking Ino's sterilization method from the ground, because she begins on the ground, it's an unblockable strike rather than a grab. You can blitz Heat Knuckle. You can blitz Raven's anti-air grab. There's just, like, it's a legacy limitation with the game, where characters who are on the ground cannot technically grab characters who are in the air. So they put you into this, like, capture state of hit stun that's very similar to being grabbed. Oh, this is a horrible round. Oh, god damn it. Not that exact same blitz. Oh, no. Oh, and he took a little bit of burst. Optimal. That's optimal. Mental stack in these FD10s must be crazy. Yes, it is. I've, back when I was doing the New Year Old Gear live streams, the mental stack that people... Okay. Okay, fuck, okay, whatever. Mental stack, it's a lot, holy fuck. Okay. Danger time, not quite over. I'm sorry, I had a minor heart attack watching all the danger time. He bursts? See, that might be the scrubbiest thing I've ever seen Tomo do, is burst like that. Oh, nice. That was... Sorry, I was, like, just completely flabbergasted by all the shit that happened in that round. Yeah, that actually messed up the combo. I think a regular Mini Faust wouldn't have messed up that combo, and that's why people say that the Mega Mini Faust is, like, slightly worse than the regular one. Just because it hits people sooner. I tried to backdash and it got clipped by the projectile. Oh? Oh, Purple Reaper, you're so fucking dead. Okay, there's so much misinformation. I shouldn't say misinformation. There's so much superstitious like information about how that super works. Because when Faust does the Concho super, there's a small, and if you pick the angel, there is a small chance that it will just become a Reaper anyway and you'll get hit. And I think if you do a burst super, it's guaranteed that the angel turns into a Reaper. I forget if Hellfire affects it. I don't know if Hellfire affects it. I'm pretty confident that doing the burst version means it always hits as a super, because you spent your burst on it. But I don't know if Hellfire affects it at all, and I don't know if anybody has ever actually tested it. Visman, that was a Guilty Gear ass round. It was. That was a beautiful round. I love this game. Zach Pascal, do you generally find yourself on the chip end or the Slayer end of Danger Time? Playing Raven, I generally find myself on the chip end, I think, especially against Slayer. I've been playing a lot of Sin recently, actually, and I find myself on the Slayer end of Danger Time more. Nage refusing to give up. His clutch muscle is working overtime, never mind. Okay, that might be the scrubbiest thing I've seen Tomo do in the last 5 minutes. Actually, no, that wasn't scrubby, that was genius. Alright, and we're back to the well again. 5B. Cool. The RC of shame? Tomo, you didn't even have meter for that. Nice. Oh, nice, nice. Oh dear, yeah, okay, yeah. Do invincible shit and then RC it. I love this fucking game. I did not know that Faust could YRC the startup of his super. I guess it's really slow, so it kind of makes sense. Wow. Wow, wow, that is such a hard read. Was he teabagging him? What was that? What just happened? What was that? A little teabag, I think. It's a little twitch. Oh, whiff punish on the drill. That's not something you see terribly often. Oh no, yeah. I thought he was going to do Scalpel YRC there, but... Oh man. Like, Scalpel is such a liability in there, because it takes such a long time. The flash kick's coming, right? No? The flash kick is coming? The 5H is coming. Oh, I guess to combo off the bomb? Yeah, this was so smart. I made a clip of this, too. This was so goddamn smart from Tomo. Look at this. He gets the throw, and he knows the bomb is coming. And he has full meter and burst. So he just know, and he knows he can do this super, the back turn super, because he goes into back turn from throw into weapon X. This is so fucking cool. Cold cast Ray. Hi, I might not be able to make these every stream, but I appreciate you doing these streams videos. I hope you keep it up. Thank you. I really enjoyed doing them. I probably will. Oh god, not the 2H again. The 2H is coming for you. The 5H? Okay. And I have to say, I do enjoy seeing a good Leo 2H connect. It's a very fun normal. Oh, nice IAD punish. So much meter for both players here. Now you can't dead angle because of the projectile. Yeah, there we go. I love... Okay, oh. Wow. No. No. Alright, well, good shit to Tomo. That was a really good set, but hang on here. So Nage backs off a little bit, and he's sort of up here. He's spent his double jump, so he's committed to this trajectory, unless he does an FDC. When Leo sees this with the YRC, every player's first instinct is just super jump air throw, because it's really hard to avoid. And he does that, but Nage knows that, and he mashes jump P during the slowdown of the YRC. So it actually hits Tomo as he's coming up, and then he gets the Gatling and at least be safe. Oh man. I wonder what Nage was doing that he got hack and slash there. Because he gets... He does this, Tomo bursts. Food, yeah. He does... What is that? He does 2K. And this is the second hit of 2K. Yeah, the first hit whiffs, second hit hits. He special cancels into hack and slash, which can't ever work. So this must have been an input error. I have to wonder, like, because the input for hack and slash is 236H, and the input for going my way is... Sorry, the input for hack and slash is 214H, and the input for going my way is 236H in the air. So there's no overlap there, because there was no cross-up. Maybe he was trying to do, like, FDC jump K, and he was trying to FDC with H, and he just expected the first hit to connect. I really have no idea. But unfortunately, that is the end of it for Nage. TK air break, maybe? Yeah, I was thinking about that. Because that really looked like the first hit would have connected. And the thing about Faust 2K is only the first hit is jump cancelable.
Thanks to the 1,400 of you watching this from all over the world. I know you stayed up late watching. We appreciate your support.
I mean, 1,400 people watching this on stream. That's crazy. Well, you know, Nage ended up losing, which is a bit of a shame, but he played really, really well. And I think the only reason, and I think the reason he lost there was just because of input error. His mental game, his spirit remained bright and burning well into the night. Okay, Visman, going from 5-0 to 10-7 is pretty impressive. Yes, very impressive. Very impressive. It's almost like we got to see two different sets. Like, he just got slammed 5-0, and then he's like, oh, fuck, I need to wake up, and he just locked the fuck in. Yeah. I'm trying to get a read on his body language, of course, because I can't speak a word of this. But I think he's probably saying, like, Tomo played really well. This was a really good set. here's Tomo saying like, yeah, I beat him. Yep, there we are. I don't think there's anything else that's like worth going over for us. It's just them talking about the upcoming match, if any. Does his hat say "Make Foo Great Again"? FOO? Make FGC great again. Yeah. I could not agree more. Yeah, and as he said, the next one, or the next set coming up is... The next one coming up is Tomo versus Turio Ino. That's going to be a real monkey fight. After that we have Johnny versus Soul. That's Omizo versus Haken. I'm really looking forward to that one. Because Haken's one of the best Soul players to ever do it, even though he's actually a Legacy Potemkin player. Was this set before Nage won Evo? Yes, cause Nage won Evo in 2020, I think? Either 2020 or 2019. And the date on this was like almost the end of the year, 2017. Yeah. In fact, let me hang on.
Jackson.
Yeah, so Evo Japan 2018 was in January. Okay, yeah, so this was before Nage won that. Yeah, anyway, I guess I don't really have anything else to add. Oh, as I mentioned in the previous live stream, I've begun work on a new video. It'll cover Street Fighter 6 and some of the frustrations people are having with some of the patch note philosophies that are going into that game. I'm going to try to keep it short, but for me that means it'll probably be like 15 or 20 minutes. After that, I do have... So I had this idea that I would do a very short and simple video about how to mix people with Raven, but I discovered during the filming of that video and during the recording of it that I actually had not a completely good grasp of how Raven's mix-ups actually worked, mostly because his glide worked in a way that I didn't quite expect it to. And so that affects the mix-ups I'd been doing, and I realized some of the voodoo magic I'd been thinking that glide just worked that way was specifically because of this behavior that I just never examined before. So I think I'm probably going to either rewrite that significantly or just turn it into like a general like manual of how to play Raven. Because I think you could like mostly sum up like Raven's neutral and Oki and combos and stuff in like 5 minutes each, and the whole video would be like under half an hour. I've shied away from making like ultimate character guides before because first of all, I never really considered myself to be that good. But Raven's pretty straightforward about what he wants to do, and you know, I don't want to have like a 2.5 hour video where I just ramble in training mode for a bit, for a bit about like every little thing. Nor do I want to make a lucid button masher video where I essentially just turn a dust loop narration page into a TikTok algorithm video that's an 1.5 hours long. But I think I've reached the point with Raven where I could comfortably tell people, like basically anybody, what he's doing right or wrong, unless that person is like one of the handful of active Ravens in the world who's better than me. So I think it will be helpful. Shadow Vincent, cool, looking forward to it, thank you. Yeah, for now though, I'll be signing off. I have other stuff I need to do, and I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It was great to go over this, and I'm glad we had such high viewer turnout for one of my favorite sets with two of my favorite players.